Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Payne, and I'm here today to tell you a traumatic story that happened to me and it horrified me. It happened on March 9th, 2014. It was a Sunday morning. I had to go to work, and my parents couldn't take me because they had to go to a funeral home in Minneapolis. I worked on the west side at Chuck E. Cheese, so they couldn't take me. I took the car and I only had my permit. But then I thought to myself, I'll be okay. Other drivers are safe. They're cautious of others. I'll be cautious of others. I'll be okay. Well, I was wrong. As I got off of work that day, I remember the wind blowing through my hair and the car racing past me. It was really cold because I remember wearing my jacket and it was plaid, black and white, and a little gray in there. I got it at Walmart a few years ago. And I remember driving past Perkins and SA. When I got to McDonald, I was like driving 20 miles per hour. And I was like, there's no car in front of me, so I'll be okay. I should speed up. The speeding limit was 30, but then I speed up to 35 because I wanted to get home. I was exhausted. I remember there was a car behind me. She was about 3 seconds, 5 seconds, not too close. It was grayish, the same size as mine. I remember playing "Tell Me That You Love Me" by Victorious on my phone. My purse was in the passenger seat, and I was just driving safely down the road. As I got closer to Moreland Avenue, I could see some SUVs and some Jeeps trying to turn into Kmart. And then from the corner of my eye, I could see a white car about the same size as mine. She was coming the opposite way, and she wanted to make a left turn. She was hesitating if she should go, and I could sense it. But I was like, I have a green light, and I have the right of way, so I'm like, it's okay. She won't turn. And I was just driving, and when I got closer, I was like 20 feet before the stoplights. And then there she came, a white car turning, and bam! I remember my whole body rushed forward, and the only thing that held me back was my seatbelt, and the airbags also went forward and hit me right in the face, right in my chest. And like the airbags went off, my whole body went forward. I couldn't really remember anything. I remember telling myself, what am I gonna do? This is so crazy. I was so scared. As I used all the muscle in me to use my upper body to lift myself back up against the seat, I could hear rain in my ear, and my face was hurting so much. Like I couldn't even touch it. It hurted. And my chest was hurting. I could feel the smoke coming out of the car. I looked straight ahead and my hood was popped up. And by that time the music had stopped. I looked in the passenger seat and I was wondering if someone was there, they would have gotten hurt just like I did. I could tell the passenger seat airbag went off too. So I took my phone off the speaker in the car, grabbed my phone, used all my muscle in my body to open the door and stand out of the car. I was a little dipsy and a little dizzy. By that time the rain had stopped, and I could hear cars still rushing by me. I didn't even notice that I was there. We hit each other so hard that we went into the next lane that was close to the curb, where T-Mobile was and Mini Nails was. I got out of the car and I could see a lady wearing a black sweater and her hair was up. She came rushing to me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I couldn't say anything. So I just nodded, yes. And she's like, find a cloth to wipe away your nose and I'll call the cops. So she went past me, and from a distance I can hear her calling for the cops, saying, there was a car accident on South Robert Street and one of the passengers is bleeding, so hurry. And from across me, the white car, the window had shattered. And the right light has came off. The driver was already standing out of her car and she was rubbing her face. And I could tell her airbags went off too. She looked over at me and she's like, are you okay? And I just looked at her. In my head, I wanted to scream at her. I'm like, how could you ask me if I'm okay? You should be apologizing. My nose is bleeding. My teeth is chipped. How am I supposed to be okay? But I didn't want to be mean, so I just said, yeah, I'm okay. And before I knew it, the cops was rushing down South Robert. Ambulance was coming. A fire truck came. And I was immediately sent to the hospital from the car accident. Thank you.